Hey there, it's Elizabeth and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing well. I wanted to come back on and do a video response to the video that I just most recently uploaded, I believe, which was my first completed collage journal. So one of the questions was, and thank you very much, Jerry, for asking some questions. I will be sure to put Sweet Jerry's YouTube channel down below, so go check her out. So this book here measures width-wise approximately 8 inches. Some of the pages do go over a little bit, the folded pages, so maybe like, I would say 8 1/4, maybe, by 10, I believe. By 10? Yes, by 10 inches. Now, again, this is a handmade journal out of a single sheet of 22-inch by 30-inch watercolor paper. I used Strathmore 400 series, I believe, and I received the tutorial to make this right here on YouTube, on Teesha Moore's YouTube channel. So I will again link that below. Super easy to make. I also wanted to make mention that my thoughts and prayers are going out to Teesha Moore right now, and to her and her family. I got word that she is very ill, and so because this is about a journal that I learned from her, I just wanted to make mention of that, and yeah, sending out my heartfelt prayers to her and her family for a speedy recovery. I don't know much about what's going on other than she is quite ill. So, thoughts and prayers out to her. The other question that Jerry had for me was if I would show my magazine stash. Now, here are some of the beautiful flowers in her hair, girls. And this I actually got from Vogue magazine, okay? I use different magazines depending, and I'm really sorry for the glare, there is not much I can do about it. I use different magazines for different projects, okay? I do use clip outs or clippings from magazines for my Fobonichi, which is a type of journaling that I do, daily journaling. I have recently started a glue book, so I use clippings for that. And then I use clippings, of course, for my collage. Now, when I'm looking for a collage, as I said in the previous video, I usually concentrate on 4 elements per page, okay? And we'll just look in here. Here's an example right here. You guys have already seen this. My 4 elements usually are a background, a focal piece, which is this lovely lady, and what I call embellishments, which would be watches, roses, crowns that I make out of jewelry pieces. And then my 4th element is the wording, okay? Whether it is a quote that I have found or it is words, you know, magazine words, like on this page here. I just found some words that I liked that went together and made up my own little quote. So sometimes I do that. Let me see what else. You know, I really have no organizational skills when it comes to organizing my clippings. Today, I'm only going to concentrate on the clippings that I use in my collage journal, okay? So the types of magazines that I use, I do find them in my local library for free. I'm not sure if everyone has that opportunity, but it would be worth an ask at your local library to see what they do with their out-of-date magazines. So, yeah, I use Vogue. Vogue is a great magazine for models to use. You know, they have the most wonderful expressions. Sometimes, you know, oh, look at that with Adele. She just looks so lost in thought. So yeah, Vogue is a really good one to use. Like I said, there are a lot of pictures. I love collaging women also, just because I think their faces are so expressive, or sometimes expressionless. Like, look at that. Woo. Okay. So Vogue is one of my magazines. And I want to make mention, I don't just in one sitting go through this entire book and clip out everything, that strikes my fancy. I might be in the mood to just be looking for girls. So I'll flick through the magazine while I'm sitting there watching TV and pull out pages of girls. I might be looking for backgrounds, so I simply go through the book and pull out pages that have backgrounds. Other books that are really great to use is W Magazine. Okay, this has very big, they're relatively thin, but look at that picture there. Isn't that cool? Yeah, they just have interesting photos in here. They're very large photos. This magazine is huge. It measures bigger than 12 inches, I'll tell you. Yeah, this is 13 by about 9 inches. Okay, so that's a pretty big magazine. But it has wonderful images in it as well. So I do enjoy using this magazine for certain items. Another one is Du Jour magazine. I'm not sure. Did this one? This might come in my mail. I can't be sure. Anyway, a lot of the magazines I get at my local library. So this, and I love this magazine because the pages are so nice and thick. So you can get, background images. Look at that pretty image there, right? Or her. That would be really pretty too. Of course, not for a full spread like I do in my collage journal, but they do have really pretty backgrounds and just really pretty items in this book here. Like, this, for instance, with the jewels, or this profile picture with the jewels and the, whatever those are called, crystals maybe. Yeah, just, beautiful images. So that's another one, Du Jour magazine. I also use Marie Claire. Again, I get all my books at the library. I do not subscribe to any magazines at all. I get them all at the library. So this is another one. The pages are, kind of thin, but they work. So there's a pretty image. Like, just look at her expression, or hers even. So yeah, I just, and I just go through and just yank out pages that strike my fancy. That's how I do it pretty much. Another one is Departures. Maybe this is one that I get in the mail. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway. So this is another one that I use for, just various things, backgrounds or, extra elements to put on my page. So that's another good one, Departures magazine. And then Traveler magazine, which I showed you before, that has really great, backgrounds. This is actually a really great image. So is this front one. This is a great magazine, again, for backgrounds, because it's all about traveling. So that's a really cool background. Whoops. There, let me put it in frame so you could see it. That's a cool background. Okay. So those are some of the magazines I use. Another magazine that's a good magazine to use would be National Geographic, to use for backgrounds. They have beautiful pictures. Another magazine would be like photography magazines would be great as well. So those are some of the magazines. Now, as far as my organizational skills, which I have very little, this is basically how I do it for my collage journal. Okay. So I have, just regular file folders. These are just pages that, struck my fancy as I was looking through, and they're words or images that I need to cut out. So can you express the power of you? I love that expression. So I will cut that out and then in turn put it into another box that has words. On this page, I just happen to really love these boots here. So that might go in a glue book or something like that. These are, you know, just beautiful embellishment images. So these pages in this folder are more like either words or embellishments. Okay, look at that cute little pup. Again, embellishments to use on a page. Again, anything that, you know, that strikes my fancy. Okay, this would be good in a glue book. This I think I just picked out because of the eyes. I can use these eyes to practice drawing, honestly. So this is a lovely, just a lovely background. I don't know why it's in this folder, but yeah. And this, you know, again, these are just like embellishment pieces. So I have a folder for words and embellishments that I still need to cut out. Then I have a folder of backgrounds. Look at that. All those nails. And then you just pick an image to put over top of the writing of the advertisement part. And you have this lovely background. So this is another lovely background. So all of these are things that I can use for backgrounds. Okay. A beautiful, colorful cityscape. This one I just found interesting. So there are just a few that I have in there. And then I also have a folder for girls. So either faces or full girls. Here's another one that she's going to have to go on a page. Sorry for the glare. I just love her expressions and yeah, I just love that. So this is one, I don't know what this is called, but it's actually made out of like heartbeat something. I don't know. Anyway, it was interesting, so I cut it out. Beautiful eye right there, lips, nose. I could stick that on a page. Her and her beautiful gown. So, yeah, these are all just girls, whether they're full length or just facial pictures. So I have a folder for that. Then what I do generally is, I showed you this before, this is my drawer, right? In here, I have either loose clippings or I have them put into not folders, what are these? Plastic bags. So these are miscellaneous pictures. These would be used as embellishment elements in my collage journal, or I would use them in a glue book, but we're only talking about collage. So yeah, this yin yang sign, I would probably use this as an embellishment on my collage pages. I have some statements. I have some miscellaneous things, pretty patterns, stuff like that. And then all of this, these are all images that need to be categorized, right? Now, some will go into my folders, depending on what they are. Some will go into these bags, and then still more will go into these. I have these iris cases, and I have, let me see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 16 of these in a larger holder, and I have most of them labeled. So these I have separately to use in my Fobonichi. These are just miscellaneous ones. Let me see here. Okay. And then I have some more here. This is just simply statements, you know, so I go through magazines when I'm looking for statements and I cut them out. So all of this is just statements. This right here, these are just words or symbols. Like I have, if I can get it, the @ sign, you know. And then these are just words, single words. So I have that one. I have a lot of them, but I'm just, you know, showing you briefly. These are some of the watches. I used one of a green watch like this in one of my collages. So smaller watches I put in here, or blingy stuff. I mean, it's labeled watches, but I probably put blingy stuff in there. And then I have other ones as well. So what I need to do now is go through and put, this would go in the miscellaneous box. This would go probably in a perfume box because there are loads of perfume, you know, bottles and advertisements. So I'd probably have a separate box for that. I'm going to start having separate boxes for body parts. So faces, arms, legs, torsos, things like that. And then these all would go in my statements, words and statements. This would go in miscellaneous. So, yeah, as I'm going through magazines and I cut out things, this is a huge clock, which would be, a beautiful embellishment on a collage journal. So, anyway, that's kind of how I do it. I hope I answered your questions, Jerry. And if anybody has any more questions about what I do or how I go about doing things, let me know and I will answer you either in the comments or a video response. If you want to know what types of magazines I use for what types of projects that I work on, I'd be glad to share that with you as well. I hope this helped. Make sure you check out your local library and see if they have magazines that they give away, or that you can, make a donation to the library for. And other places would be like used bookstores, I would think, would have, a section with magazines at a discounted price. Thrift stores, possibly. Friends, always ask your friends if they have magazines that they're not using anymore that you can cut up. And yeah, just have fun playing. So I hope, again, I hope you enjoyed this. And again, my heartfelt wishes go out to Teesha Moore and her family. And I will catch you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Bye.